All right, take one. Or even understanding different design. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm gonna answer a question that I get asked a lot, and I felt like it's probably best that I address it in a video once and for all. So that question is, do UX designers need to know how to code? And right off the bat, my answer to that question is no, you do not need to know how to code, but it can be very helpful if you do know. So let me explain why. By the way, my answer and explanation is more geared towards people who are new to the UX career and to those who are looking to get into the career field pretty soon. So here's why UX designers do not need to know how to code. Your main job is to be a UX designer, and the roles and responsibilities that you already have a lot to do. You're going to be doing discovery and framing sessions with your stakeholders and your product team to understand the problem and solution. You're going to be going out and about doing user research, talking to many different users and getting feedback. You'll be creating different concepts for your solutions. And also you'll be creating wireframes and prototypes for user testing. And even in each specific space of UX design and UI design, there's already plenty of things that you can look to improve on. So, as you can see, by going through your UX design process, you got a lot on your plate as it is. And most likely, you're going to be working for a company that already has engineers, so that's their main job, not yours. It only makes sense that they give all coding tasks to the developers and software engineers, since they probably have more experience than you and been doing it a lot longer. If you signed up for a position that is titled UX designer, you should mainly be doing UX design, period. So, in my experience, when I first made my career switch into UX design, I didn't know how to code. And to this day, I still don't know how to code. I've been in this UX career for 2.5 years now, and no one has asked me to code once. Personally, I really don't have a huge interest in coding, but it's probably something I'm gonna get into pretty soon. Because like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it can be very helpful to know coding. And here's why. Understanding coding will actually help you communicate with your software engineers. As a UX designer, you will need to present your designs and pass them off as deliverable to your engineers. Before you pass it off as a deliverable, you'll need to explain and describe what your design is capable of from both a UX and UI perspective. Now, when an engineer looks at your design, they're trying to understand if it's technically feasible when it comes to coding and building the design. And there will be times when your engineers will tell you that your design is technically not feasible, meaning they can't build it or it's something that will take them a substantial amount of time. If you understand some coding and you understand the coding language, it'll help in terms of having a better discussion around your design, and it'll help you to understand their technical feedback and opinions and responses. And you could also give your own coding suggestions and feedback as well. Understanding coding will help you to have a realistic approach to your design, and it'll help you understand the technical constraints that will come ahead. That way, you won't waste your time on certain design concepts, and you'll be able to focus on the designs that are more feasible for the product. Now, there are cases where if you work for a startup company, there might be an opportunity for you to do things outside of design like coding. Usually, smaller startups and companies, they'll look for future employees who can wear many different hats and do multiple tasks. So then you'll find job postings where they want a UX designer who can do both UX and coding. From a business perspective, the company saves a lot of money by paying one person to both design and build a product, rather than paying two separate people two separate salaries. So if you feel like startup companies are the best fit for you, then coding will be very helpful. Also, it can be very helpful if you're looking to start your entrepreneurial journey by starting your own startup company, or even if you're looking to pick up a freelance project and you don't have an engineer to help you out. Now, this piece of advice is for all the beginning UX designers, UX bootcamp students, and graduates out there. So listen carefully. Coding should be the least of your worries, because I guarantee you, even after you finish your bootcamp, there's plenty of other things that you can improve on and work on in order for you to be a better designer. There's probably other design aspects that you should be learning and focusing on instead of jumping into a complete different space and focusing on things that isn't really relevant to your main job and responsibility. It's probably better to choose one area and focus on how to do that very well. If you focus and spend too much time on coding rather than mastering your UX design skills, then you won't be able to successfully do your job, and you won't be able to create products that have the user experience in mind. Also, when you're going through your job interviews, it's highly unlikely they'll ask you questions about your coding experience. They'll probably ask you more questions about your design skills and your soft skills specifically. And when you have to do a design whiteboard challenge, coding will not save or help you in that specific scenario, because there won't be a computer for you to work on. it's all whiteboards, post-it notes, and markers. If you're in the process of looking for a UX design job, then you should be more concerned about working on your portfolio, your resume, your case study, prepping for interviews, getting ready for your whiteboard design challenge. As you can see, there's plenty of things to do already. But if you feel like you have some extra time and you feel like coding will be beneficial for you and the job that you want to apply for in your scenario, then I say go for it, but don't try to make it your primary thing to work on. So, to simply answer your question again, do UX designers need to know how to code? No. Does understanding coding help UX designers be more effective at their job? Yes. Remember, your success as a UX designer, it's tied to how well you're able to use the UX design process and thinking to be able to create a great user experience product, not coding. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys agree with me? Disagree? Do you guys feel like coding is very important and beneficial today as a UX designer? I'm sure there are some of you guys out there where coding has helped you guys land a job and help set yourself apart from others. I would really love to hear your guys' opinion and feedback, and let's have a discussion. If you like what you heard and saw from today's video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel so you can stay up to date with my content. Thank you guys very much, and until next time, peace out guys.